warning! Saphire screws up this entire fanfiction, so be careful if you're watching it. Signing off, Pinkie Pie!
Twilight sat her throne in her castle and sighed defeatedly, resting her head on her forepaws. There was nothing to do. Friendship had been spread all around Equestria. It was as if every monster or problem in Equestria took an off day. Truth be told, she did love time to relax and unwind, but this kind of boredom was one she didn't particularly care for, especially when she had already made every checklist she could think of yesterday. As she thought about reorganizing the castle library again, Rainbow Dash and the rest of her friends entered and sat on their respective thrones, activating the map before them. The holographic structures of Pony civilization and natural landscape popped up immediately, and everything looked relatively calm, almost too calm for the Pony Princess. Rainbow Dash was the first one to break the awkward silence. "So we've spread friendship throughout Equestria. Now what do we do?" she asked impatiently. "I don't know, Rainbow. The map isn't even showing anything," Twilight replied. She tapped the crystal table that sat in the center of the thrones, and their marks were nowhere to be seen. "I really hope we're not going to sit here forever, 'cause this is so boring," Rainbow sighed dramatically, flopping over the side of her throne for effect. Suddenly, as if the map heard her, it flashed to life and showed a large island that, to any human, looked similar to Great Britain, far off the eastern coast of Equestria. "What is that?" Rarity asked, staring at the island intently. "I don't know. I'm as shocked as you are," Twilight replied. The main six's cutie marks began to flash and hovered around the southern region of the island. "But if the map wants us to go there, then we shall," Twilight added. "Hold up, Shoe Cube," Applejack said. "I've never seen this area before, and if you haven't, then this could lead to a heap of trouble. Remember that village?" "But we saved them. Even if we do end up in trouble, wouldn't it be the best if we helped anyways?" the Alcon argued.
"I'm with Twilight,"
Pinkie added.
"If we help this place out, then it means more friends and parties."
Girls?" Fluttershy tried timidly. "I do suppose the culture there could be worth examining," Rarity chimed in. "I love seeing what other ponies and other creatures I suppose can do with fabric." "Girls?" the Pegasus tried again. I reckon you're right. And who knows what kind of grub they have there. The climate looks just right for harvesting. Fruits like oranges."
"Girls!"
Fluttershy raised her voice.
"That island could be home to some dangerous creatures."
"Like what, Flutters?" Twilight inquired.
I can't remember right now, but I think it's bad news,"
she squeaked.
"Relax, Shy."
Rainbow put a hoof around the buttercream pony's shoulders.
"It'll be great. Besides, if there are dangerous creatures, that means more adventure, which could end disastrously." "No, it won't. Stop being so pessimistic, Shy. We can do this."
Also, we don't really know where this place is."
"Well, that should be easy."
Rainbow flew over the crystalline map, looking at it from every possible angle. How do you scroll this thing?" It was at this point Pinkie Pie jumped up in her throne.
"Oh, that's easy peasy."
She then proceeded to leap onto the map table and trot in place to scroll the map back to the shore of Equestria. The small city of Baltimore came into view, along with a small ferry port.
"Is that Baltimore?"
Fluttershy queried. "Seems to be," Twilight answered. "It has all of Baltimore's landmarks."
"So what are we waiting for?"
Rainbow declared as she sat up in her throne.
"Let's go there."
"Hold your horses, Rainbow Dash," Applejack ordered. Rainbow immediately sat back down in her throne. "Not only do we still know nothing about this place," Applejack continued, "but we don't know we'll get there." "Well, that's simple, darling," Rarity answered. "We'll take the train to Baltimore. then the ferry to whatever this island kingdom is called.
What about it, Spike?
Twilight asked. I can't leave him here all by himself. Do you want him to come with us, Twilight? Fluttershy asked the Elkhorn. Twilight replied with a small nod. Spike was her best friend, her brother and her assistant all in one, and she loved him for that.
Well then, let's get him and go,
Rainbow said impatiently. She was eager to get to this new island as quickly as possible, and as such, she didn't really want Spike around. He was always such a burden to the team. Rainbow and the others slowly rose from their thrones and went to find Spike. The 6 ponies walked through the enormous corridors until they found Spike's bedroom. Twilight knocked on the crystal door thrice and awaited the purple dragon to open the door. He turned the doorknob slowly and opened the door. He gave his 5 friends and his crush a warm smile.
Hey guys, what is it?
He asked softly. The map is showing a new destination, an island far off the coast of Equestria, Fluttershy explained. The Spike's ears perked up at the idea. A new adventure? And he gets to tag along?
That sounds awesome. Am I going with you?
He asked. He just had to be sure that was the case. Why, of course, Spike, Rarity answered. We couldn't leave you here all alone. Spike blushed slightly at this.
Thanks, guys. Anything I'll need for the trip?
He asked.
Maybe some snacks, because I already know this will be a long trip,
Rainbow replied, unenthused. Spike looked a little down as he went to get his "you must play an important part, so why not just be cut out" bag. Oh, second thought, Abject interrupted. I'll get some apples for the trip. I'll carry them myself. Spike looked at his friend and smiled softly, knowing that she had saved him from being an unimportant 7th wheel in this adventure.
So let's get the story on the road already,
Pinkie blurted out. Spike almost bounced out of his room with alacrity and joined the group as they all wandered out of the castle and onto the gravelled path that snaked its way through the town towards the train station. Pinkie Pie had 8 balloons tied to her waist that Party Favor had given her for her birthday last month. She cherished all of his gifts and visits. The group followed the gravelled path and reached the train station. Spike bought the whole group tickets to Baltimore, and they all stepped into the first-class carriage, then took their seats. All aboard! The conductor called out brashly. He then placed his whistle to his lips and exhaled sharply. The carriage doors closed, and the train slowly left the station to go to Baltimore.